All right, hey, just before we get started, all right, I'll just go ahead and tell you guys injuries. Leckler's got a knee, Curry's got a knee, Bartell's got a hamstring, and Travis Ivey was held out for conditioning purposes. So, they're all day-to-day. We'll evaluate it as we go through camp, and we'll update you as we go along.
Ford got hurt early, but then he was able to get back out there.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine.
How scary moment to see him down? Scary at all to see him down? He was down for a while.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good player, and we want to make sure we can keep all our good players healthy. So, it was close call, but he's fine. It kind of scared him more than it did anything else.
With Shane with the knee, is that something that you knew about previously, or is it something that just cropped up?
No, we just found out about it, and again, he's one of those guys. We'll just evaluate him as we go along.
Did you like the tone of practice and the spirit of practice today?
I really did. I thought we had a pretty good first day of practice. We still got a lot of things that we got to get better at, but I thought for a first day in training camp, it was pretty good.
Yes, how are you pacing your time between the three teams, special teams, offense and defense? Are you conscious of it? Do you make yourself say, I got to spend X amount of time with each group? Or
yeah, we've got a certain amount of time that we, you talking about me individually?
Individually.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I make sure that I'm involved in every phase of the game. Spend a little bit more time on defense, but yet I want to make sure that I'm involved in all three phases, and so I'm constantly, making sure I'm overseeing everything.
But there's a lot of emphasis from you on tempo, body language, in and out of the huddle. Is that a first day type thing, or is that something that you think?
It's all part of your mindset. That's the way you win in this league. So, I'm a big believer in the mindset, and I'm a big believer in body language, and we got to handle ourselves the right way, and that'll give us a chance to have success.
Talk about what you're doing to improve the penalty situation.
Well, I mean, again, it's things that we preach on a day-to-day basis. I think if you ask our players, there's not very many days that go by that we're not making a point of that. To win in the National Football League, you got to learn how to not beat yourself, and that's one of the things that causes you to lose football games. It's my job to get them to understand that, and then at the end of the day, it's the players' jobs to make sure that they get it corrected.
With the referees in their current contract situation, have you thought about alternative plans to get other referees in here during training camp at all?
No, I'm focused in on what we're doing here, and I'm kind of letting the league handle that situation.
How do you feel about the conditioning of the squad overall? Travis is out, but
I think overall it's pretty good. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's not where it needs to be for the season, but we still got some time to make sure that we're in shape and ready to go come opening weekend. So I think overall I was pretty pleased with the conditioning level of our team.
Can you talk a little bit about those rookies, especially the two linebackers? What do you see in them?
Talking about Burris and Stupar. I think both of them are instinctive football players. They're smart, and they've done a nice job of picking up the scheme. They're still rookies, and they make some rookie mistakes, but as far as their level of commitment, I've been real pleased with that.
Stefan Wisniewski come through just as you would hope he would. I mean, he was out the entire off season, but he's out there today. Looks like he didn't take anything off.
Yeah, we put him in there with the first group, and we got to get him caught up to speed. Obviously he missed a lot of time in the off season, so these reps will be critical to him. And I thought just on first glance, I thought he had a nice day, but we'll go in and look at the tape and really evaluate how he did.
Marcus Van Dyke made a couple of nice plays out there. Did he have a good off-season minicamp such that is he a guy you think has stepped up a lot?
He's a guy that we're counting on to improve to be a player for us. And so, just like I've talked to everybody, we're going to expect him to get a little bit better every day. And if he'll worry about that, I think at the end of the day he'll like the end results.
In what ways can he get better, Coach? What specific ways does he need to improve?
Cover him. No, I mean I think really because he's still a young player, his ability to really understand the game within the game, and how to defend certain routes, stems of receivers. There's different tips that tell defensive backs what type of plays that they can expect, and I think that. With all young players, those are the things that they really got to hone in on and really develop, because athletically he's got the talent.
Is that one of the reasons why you got guys like Spencer Bartell, some veterans for that? Those young guys you have in your.
Well, I think that's. I don't know if that's really one of the reasons why we got them, but that's one of their responsibilities once you got them here. It's up to our veterans to help those young players out and teach them some of those tricks of the trade.
None of your injured guys are PUP, are they? They're all just day to day.
The only one that's PUP is Curry.
Coach, how big of a day is this for you, just getting this team onto the field and setting that identity right away? How'd it go for you personally and emotionally and all that?
Emotionally, it was fine. Personally, it went fine. I look at it as another day of practice. And just like anybody else, our job as coaches is to get a little bit better every day. And so that's the way we approach every day. And I didn't approach this day any differently.
Coach, what do you want the identity of this team to be? There's so many changes every single year. Do you have something in mind?
Tough, smart, disciplined football team. And that's it. And that's the way you're going to win in this league, and that's the way we're going to play.
How smart did the team look today, in your opinion?
I thought it was fairly good. Obviously we made some mistakes, and that's why we're here. But I thought, again, for a first training camp day, I thought the execution was pretty good.
How'd Darren look out there?
Fast. Yeah, he looked good. I think we all understand that he's an explosive playmaker for us, and we need him to be healthy for the entire season.
Coach, what kind of expectations do you have for Terrell Pryor?
I have expectations of him to develop as a quarterback on a daily basis. I'm not setting anything as far as where I want to see him on the depth chart or how many passes or anything like that. I just want to see him get better every day, and that's what he's come out here and tried to do. And I think if he continues to do that, at the end of the day, he's going to be all right.
Did anybody step up today? Did anybody shine for you?
I don't know that anybody just jumped out at me right off the practice field. Obviously, I'll look at the practice tape and get a better feel for both sides of the ball. But I thought overall, the practice was good.
Are there other candidates on the roster other than Ford and Moore that for punt returns that you see or look like those guys were doing? Well, you only did a little bit today, but
we'll continue to evaluate guys as we go throughout training camp. But right now, those are kind of the top two guys that we're looking at.
Is Curry's problem the same thing he had at minicamp?
Yeah, he's got a knee, and we'll evaluate him day to day and see where he's at.
Coach, when do you go to pads?
We go to pads on Wednesday.
And what are your expectations when the pads come on? What do you want to look for?
People start hitting. I think, that's how you play the game. You play the game in pads, and so, we're going to look to see when you step up the intensity with pads, are we going to be tough enough? Are we going to be smart enough? And are we going to be disciplined enough when you start putting the pads on and things start moving a little bit faster? Are we going to do the right things every time? And so that's what we're looking for.
We're pretty happy with guys staying off the ground today. There was a few instances.
Yeah, pretty good.
Unavoidable, but there's
pretty good. I think, I don't think I've ever been through a practice where somebody doesn't end up on the ground. But, at the end of the day, the best teams are able to come out and practice in that type of uniform and stay off the ground.
Does that do it, everybody? Thank you very much.
Okay, guys, thanks.
Thanks, Coach.